The U.S. Supreme Court has struck down a big swath of President Trump's tariffs imposed on nations all over the world last year. This opens up a lot of questions moving forward. In a 6-3 ruling, the court effectively held that the law under which President Trump was trying to impose the tariffs did not actually give him the power to do so. The ruling applied to all of the tariffs that were passed under a law called IEEPA. And really that applied to two main categories of the tariffs. All of the so-called reciprocal tariffs that were passed last April in what was called Liberation Day, and also a separate category of tariffs that were put on China, Mexico, and Canada. The court effectively held that under the Constitution, the power to tax and to tariff really lies with Congress, and that in order for the president to get that power, Congress has to delegate it to him. And in this law, in this instance, Congress had not done that. So where does that leave us going forward? Well, it leaves us with really two big looming unanswered questions. The first of which is, can Trump do anything to replace the tariffs? The answer is probably, but it's not entirely sure that any sort of other law that Trump used to impose different tariffs would have the same sweep as the ones that were just struck down. The second question is, do they have to give back the money that they've already collected? In other words, do businesses and consumers have the right to recover what they already paid in to the tariffs last year? The answer here is really, really uncertain. A lot of people thought the court would deal with this in its opinion, but it really didn't. It kind of punted the question and is going to leave it probably to the lower courts to sort out. This opens a huge can of worms. It's going to be incredibly time-consuming and probably really, really difficult to make sure everybody is sort of repaid in whole if that's the course the lower courts decide has to be taken.